Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain about the contemporary issues in banking techniques. Due to various factors and different situations emerging in the world, it is quite difficult for the banks to maintain stability in performance of its functions. There is a vast chain of causes due to which modern banking is facing a lot of problems. The causes or problems are internal as well as external on the basis of their occurrence in a particular situation. The problems of the banks are losses in rural branches, large overdues, corruption, crisis management, NPA, that is non-performing assets, political pressures, advance to priority sector, competition from non-banking financial institutions, competition from foreign banks, gap between promise and performance, bureaucratism. We will see one by one. First one is losses in rural branches. Most of the rural branches are running at a loss because of high overheads, that is high expenses, and prevalence of the barter system in most parts of rural India. Indian local banks, especially state bank groups, having a good coverage and many branches in rural areas, but that is quite lacking technical enhancement. The services available at cities are specifically not available to rural branches, which are necessary if banks want to compete nowadays. The next one is large overdues. The small branches of commercial banks are now faced with a new problem, that is a large amount of overdue advances to farmers. The decision of the former National Front government to waive all loans to farmers up to the value of rupees 10,000 crores has added to the plight of such banks. The next one is corruption. Scams in the Global Trust Bank and the Bank of Baroda show how few officials misuse the freedom they granted under the guise of liberalization for their personal benefit. These scams have badly damaged the image of these banks and consequently their profitability also. The next one is crisis management. Public sector banks are seeing more employees retire these days. So young employees are replacing the elder, that is more experienced employees. This, however, happens at the junior level. As a result, there would be a which will come at the middle and senior level. The absence of the middle management could lead to adverse impact on bank's decision-making process. The next one is NPA, that is non-performing assets. The commercial banks at present do not have any machinery to ensure that their loans and advances are in fact, going to productive use in the larger public interest. Due to a higher proportion of non-performing assets are outstanding due to banks from borrowers, they are incurring huge losses. Most of them are also unable to maintain capital adequacy ratio. The next one is competition from non-banking financial institutions. As far as deposit mobilization is concerned, commercial banks have been facing stiff challenges from non-banking financial intermediaries such as mutual funds, housing finance corporations, leasing, and investment companies. All these institutions compete closely with the commercial banks in attracting public deposits and offer higher rates of interest than are paid by commercial banks is also main problem nowadays. All the banks are facing this problem. Next one is gap between promise and performance. One major weakness of the nationalized banking system in India is its failure to sustain the desired credit pattern and fill in credit gaps in different sectors. Even though there has been a reorientation of bank objectives, the bank staff has remained visually static and the bank procedures and practices have continued to remain old and outmoded. The post-nationalization period has seen a widening gap between promise and performance. The main reason seems to be the failure of the bank staff to appreciate the new work philosophy and new social objectives. The next one is political pressure. The smooth working of nationalized banks has also been hampered by growing political pressures from the center and the states. The nationalized banks often face lots of difficulties due to various political pressures. Such pressures are created in the selection of personnel and grant of loans to particular parties without considering their creditworthiness. And next one is um, the improvement of operational and distribution efficiency of commercial banks has always been an issue for Government of India in consultation with RBI. Though various problems are emerging, the main objective of the banks will still remain to provide best services to its customers and to earn good profit. Thank you.